Hello everybody, welcome to another installment on my series of how to grow hot peppers 2012. Just a progress report. This is my red Marconi. When I made my last video, I was transplanting into these bigger cups, but this plant wasn't big enough to do it at that time. And then I've had some other things going on. So now, today, probably, I will be transplanting this into the bigger cup. I have serious doubts that I'm going to be able to untangle these roots. These roots are a lot different than what I had before, so I don't really care though. I got one good one. And then I also did this one because these weren't germinating very fast, so I did an emergency one just in case. And they've sprouted. I might use one of these, I don't know, we'll see. Here's my giant Marconi. Quite a range of different growth. Got a nice big one here. I got a smaller one here that will probably need to be transplanted soon. Maybe I'll do that today too. And then this was a seed that I collected myself last year and planted just to see how it would go. So I may or may not use these, I don't know. We'll see. I've got two Anaheim chili plants doing very nice. I'm really satisfied with how these are growing this year. One thing that I did have happen though is my seed germination rate on some of these was very low. I sowed 5 seeds per cup, and in a couple cases I should have probably done more. So maybe next year 7. But this is my purple beauty. Looking good. And this is an Ixtapa. Should be over here. I've got 4 Ixtapas. I'm only going to use 2, but I've got quite a few neighbors who will be plenty happy to have them. And then the highlight, my Jamaican hot chocolate. These took 50 days to sprout. It took the same amount of time last year too for most of them. So I don't know why, but for some reason when I first bought these Jamaican hot chocolate seeds, they sprouted in about 5 days, the ones I bought. But the ones that I collected have taken 50 days to germinate. That happened last year and it happened this year. But the germination rate, I put 7 seeds in this cup and 6 of them sprouted, and they all sprouted simultaneously too. So I think next year for an experiment I'm going to try different types of germination. I'll try the hot box, I'll try just room temperature, and I'll try a windowsill. And we'll see what happens. But in any case, I'm glad I've got Jamaican hot chocolates here. There should be enough time for these to mature, I'm hoping. Next year I will definitely be starting them at least 20 days earlier than I usually do, so maybe even 30 days. So anyway, quick progress report here. And I showed you last time about how I was starting to mulch. And just a little news to add on to that. In my woods in my backyard I found a log that was so rotten it just crumbled in your hands, and it was a pretty big log too. So what I ended up doing is taking out the whole middle of that log, putting it in my compost, and then I got a bag of grass from my neighbor. He was cutting his grass. I said, hey, can I have a bag of your grass? Yeah, sure. So now that's in there, and that can is now plumb full. So I'm going to have a heaping helping of compost. Last time also in my video I had 2 points I wanted to make and I forgot one. But now I remember what it is. And what it was somebody had told me on a commenter on one of my videos on YouTube that when I mentioned that I was using 24-hour light to grow my plants, he said you'll have better growth if you allow darkness at least part of the day. He said about 6 hours a day of darkness will actually increase the growth of your plants. And so my question to everybody out there is that what your experience is? Have you heard of this? My instinct would have been that 24 hours of light would be just constant growth. But this guy says no, you let them have a dark resting period and they'll grow even faster. So does anybody have anything to add to that? Leave your comments. And I will see you next video.